Let go to grow. Why you must leave your parents' hand. A life lesson with Grandpa, brought to you by Simple Life Original. Sometimes in life, the hardest steps are the ones we must take alone. Not because we want to, but because we must in order to grow. I was struggling. I was in my 20s. Still depending on my parents. Still confused. Still scared. One Sunday afternoon, I sat with my grandfather, a man who lived through poverty, war, love, betrayal, and wisdom. I asked him a question that changed the entire course of my life. Young man, Grandpa, when do you know it's time to be on your own? Like, really on your own? Why is it so important? Grandpa's wisdom begins. Grandpa slowly, with a slight chuckle. My boy, come sit closer. You see that bird's nest up there on the tree? One day, those little birds will spread their wings and fly. Not because they hate the nest, but because they were born to fly. Same with you. The nest your parents care. It was only meant to protect you while you grow wings. Not forever. Young man. But Grandpa, life out there is scary. Rent, bills, responsibilities. What if I fail? Grandpa, you will fail. That's the point. But listen carefully. Comfort is the enemy of growth. When you stay in your parents' hands too long, you stop stretching. You stop trying. You become an adult in age, but a child in spirit. And when life throws you problems, and it will, you won't know what to do unless you've walked alone for a while. The age of accountability. Young man. So, is there a right age to start walking alone? Grandpa. There's no magic number. But by 21 to 25, you should be learning how to manage your life. It doesn't mean you need to have everything figured out. It means you should be willing to try to take your own steps. If you're 28 and still expecting your parents to fix your problems, pay your bills, or think for you, then you're not living. You're just surviving in someone else's story. Why parents must let go do. Grandpa pauses, reflective. And you know what else? Sometimes the parents are the problem too. They hold on so tightly, they don't give their children space to become. They think love means protecting you forever, but real love says, I've taught you all I can. Now go build your own fire. Parents who don't let go raise adults who are lost when the parents are gone. That's why independence is not a betrayal, it's an act of honor. The power of responsibility. Grandpa leans in. When you start paying your own rent, buying your own groceries, feeling the cost of your decisions, you grow faster than you ever could in your parents' house. You begin to understand. Money isn't easy. Time is precious. Mistakes are expensive. You become wiser because now, every step matters. That's how real confidence is built, not by words, but by walking through the fire and coming out stronger. Leaving the nest is not disrespect. Young man. But Grandpa, won't they think I don't appreciate them? Grandpa. No, my boy. Leaving is not disrespect, it's the reward of their hard work. They raised you to stand on your own, not to lean on them forever. You honor them more when you say, look, Ma, look, Pa. I can handle life because you raised me well. And you'll find joy in returning not as a burden, but as a blessing. Not to ask, but to give. That's when they truly feel proud. Your own mirror. Grandpa's serious tone. There comes a time when you need to look in the mirror and ask, am I living? Or just depending? Don't wait until life embarrasses you. Don't wait until you're 35. Still blaming your mother for not waking you up on time. That's not adulthood. That's avoidance. What if you fail? Young man. But what if I try and still end up broke? Lost, alone. Grandpa laughs softly. then you're on the right path. Struggle is part of the journey. Being broke teaches you how to manage money. Being alone teaches you who your real friends are. Falling teaches you how to get up. Every successful man has scars. You can't skip the pain. You just learn to turn pain into power. Final words from Grandpa. Grandpa looking into the sky. My boy, life is a journey. And the road is not always clear. But trust me, the first step away from your parents' hand is the step toward your own power. You'll fall, yes. You'll cry, maybe. But you'll rise stronger, wiser, and more grateful than ever. And one day, when you have your own child, you'll understand why I said, let go to grow. That day, I didn't just hear advice, I received a roadmap for my future. I still love my parents. I always will. But I now understand. Their hands raised me, but it's my feet that must carry me forward. And when you truly want to become the person you were born to be, you must step out of the nest and fly. If this conversation touched your heart, drop your thoughts in the comments. Share it with someone who needs this truth. Follow, like, and subscribe to Simple Life Original. Your life, your hustle. Where every lesson builds a stronger life.